This month, the Sims 4 team started to release this new thing called a laundry list. You've probably heard about this because I'm a couple weeks behind on Sims news. There's only been one laundry list released so far on March 10th, 2021 at the time that I'm making this video, but they say that they're going to release one every month. The laundry list is where we'll share a list of the top community concerns that we're currently investigating and hope to have resolved in the upcoming patch. These concerns were reported by players who help us continue our work of improving the user experience on a regular basis. Please note that some topics can be tricky and require an extended investigation on our end, so even though we are actively investigating, it's not a guarantee that we'll have an immediate fix for it in an upcoming patch. Also note that this is just a list of the top concerns. There are more topics that we saw reported by players that are not listed, but are also being worked on. Then what is the point of this if you're not going to tell us everything you're working on? Okay, so we're gonna go with their logic here. Cricket bug house isn't harvesting. Celebrity reacts in disgust with everyone. Sims mopping outside during rainstorms. And you can see all the rest here for yourself. I'm not gonna read them all. They have already actually fixed a few of these. They fixed bunnies and filth fiends are too frequent, so they made these less frequent. I still haven't tried that out, so I don't know if it's good enough, but they definitely did decrease the frequency of that. They also, I know for sure, fixed puddles after drinking water. And just now, looking at the patch notes, they also fixed auto-solve hygiene need causes Sims to get a drink. So these are all great, right? These are all things that everybody wants fixed. In a perfect world, we would have all the bugs fixed. I swear to God, I have never seen a buggier game than The Sims 4. Out of all the games I've played and all the genres I've played, I have never seen so many bugs, and so many bugs that are left unfixed for so long. There are bugs in the game that have been there basically since the beginning of the game. There are bugs that have been there for months, years at a time. And it is just insane to me that they are not fixed yet. So a lot of people were not very happy about this laundry list because, yeah, we want transparency from the Sims team, but this just feels like a token gesture. This is just a list of things that anybody can see on the EA Answers HQ, which is like basically the bug reports. You can just go here and you can see all of these things that they're working on. So they basically just compiled them in a list, and not even all of them, in an attempt to say, hey guys, we do work on bugs, okay? Just want to be clear on that. We do work on bugs. Look, we're working on these right now. So I guess they just wanted to bring that to more people's attention because maybe a lot of people aren't really familiar with this whole Answers HQ bug reports thing, and they just wanted to make it very clear to everyone that they're working on those bugs. But the bugs they're working on, in my experience with the Sims community, are not the community's top concerns. Creating puddles after drinking water was pretty bad, I'll have to admit. And celebrity reacting in disgust, yeah, that sucks. Mopping outside during rainstorms, though, that is something like that I don't think should be a top priority over things that people have been complaining about for months and years. So what are those things? Well, let's go to Twitter and find out. From bug fixes to tuning gameplay, we're sharing the list of top community concerns. They keep saying top community concerns, but these do not appear to be the top community concerns, and you're going to see what I mean here. So I just went through and thought I would read the comments here, and there are a lot of comments, and some of them make some very good points. Toddlers get romantic interest with their parents. Where is that bug? Why is it not a top priority? I could not say it better myself. This is a very weird bug that they are aware of. They have addressed that they are aware of this in the past, and it still has not been fixed. And it's been happening for at least months because it happened to me in my Sims 4 Legacy Challenge that I was playing on Twitch. Our little toddler got a romantic interest with his mother, which was very weird, very strange, quite disgusting, in fact, and I cannot believe that this has been allowed to go on. I feel like this is something they should have jumped on immediately and fixed. It should not be in the game. It should not exist. Adults and children or toddlers should not be able to have romantic feelings for each other. So some other comments, people are saying, you can do better than that. This is really, really small. This is disappointing. So a lot of people are like, what is this? What are you trying to do with this list of like 13 things, I think it was, 15 things, something like that. When this game has so many bugs and so many worse bugs than the ones they say they're working on right now. No offense, but there are so many bugs. I can't believe these are the only ones you're looking into. And this is true. This person says they aren't the only ones, just the top ones. That's true, but I also don't agree that these should be the top ones. And I don't think I'm alone in that sentiment. And here comes the beginning of the mention of simulation lag. In my opinion, this should be the #1 top priority. The simulation lag in the game makes it basically unplayable for many players. It's something that I experience when I'm playing with mods or when I'm playing without mods. It doesn't matter. I still have the simulation lag and it is maddening. And if you don't know what that is, it's when your Sims freeze. When you tell them to do something, they freeze. Time keeps going. You'll probably be on speed 3 when this happens. Time keeps going by, but your Sim just freezes there and does not respond to any input from you. And you have to sit there and wait, sometimes minutes at a time, for your Sim to catch up. It is so annoying, so frustrating. It just really breaks all of the immersion in the game for me personally, and I feel like this is something they should be trying to fix harder than anything else. It should be #1 on the list and should stay #1 on the list until it is fixed. It would be great if y'all could fix whims. My Sims always have the same whims no matter their traits. That is not a bug. That is just a design decision by the Sims team. They have just decided to completely abandon whims. So now your Sims have no wants or desires of their own. What little they had with the whim system is pretty much broken and unusable. And what about the butler bug that's been in the game since at least 2017? The one where you leave your lot and come back, you always have a new butler? So I didn't even know about this bug because I've never even played with butlers in The Sims 4, but apparently this is still broken for people since 2017. And I really like what Destiny says here. Y'all really need to do better. It's one thing after another with this game. Just go through and fix each pack separately until the game runs like it should. Thank you, Destiny. I couldn't agree with you more. I think that they should stop releasing new content until they fix what is already there. Go through, fix every pack, and then keep releasing content. They're never going to do that because money. Cha-ching. They're never going to do it because the more shit that they pump out, the more people are going to buy it, the more millions of dollars they're going to make. They don't care about the bugs. If people are willing to play the game and buy the game as buggy as it is, then why would they take time to make it better? They're just going to keep pumping out buggy shit as long as people keep buying it. If they wanted to restore their reputation in the simming community or in the larger gaming community, they would halt all future content and fix the damn game once and for all. But we all know EA is not going to do that because money is their only motivation. Here's another mention of simulation lag, and believe me, it gets mentioned a lot. It is the #1 bug that I see mentioned on my video comments, on my Twitter, just in the community as a whole. Simulation lag seems to be the top concern amongst players. Now, I don't have any data. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I see personally in the community, and that is simulation lag is a big problem that affects almost all players. I have seen some people say that it doesn't affect them. I don't know how that's possible, but they are very lucky if it doesn't. Here is another big one that a lot of people are complaining about. The bug where all of the sim icons are household photos. All babies appear to be dark-skinned, even if they are lighter skin in the game, but their photos and icons, they always have dark skin. This is something that a lot of people are experiencing, and as far as I know, it hasn't been fixed as of today when I'm making this video, March 25th. Amanda says the real laundry list is like 4 times as long. I hope it is, Amanda. I really do. So here's another person explaining simulation lag, but they're not using that term. My Sims freeze all the time. They just stop moving or doing stuff. When I press save, they make one more move and freeze again. I don't know if this is an international problem or a problem for those who play with Finnish settings. Oh, it's everybody. It is everybody. This is the lag that everybody's talking about. And there's even more lag than that in the game. A lot of people are experiencing severe lag in build and buy mode. I mean, this game is just a buggy freaking mess. I literally have to reset my Sim every time she tries to clean up dishes. She picks it up and freezes. Yeah. And I have seen this pop up again and again on the EA Answers HQ website, and it seems like they always sweep it under the rug. They're always like, oh, it's probably just your save file, or there's a bunch of reasons why this could be happening. Yeah, and it needs to be fixed. I feel like they never take this seriously, and it's one of the biggest complaints in the community. So this literally goes on and on and on and on. Just look at all these comments underneath the Sims official tweet here. So here's one about the open staircase bug. My Sims can't access the stair when I remove the floor. This is so annoying. So this is something that has been going on for a while as well, and they haven't fixed. And I'm just scrolling down, just look at all these comments. And another big one that people talk about a lot is Sims don't autonomously eat leftovers. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Not only do they not eat leftovers, they won't even eat their food at all. They will just, if they're hungry, they'll just cook a meal, put it down, go back to the fridge and cook another meal, and just endlessly cook instead of eating their food. And they also never eat leftovers. They just make more food. If you leave a Sim to their own devices, they will just go broke cooking food constantly. Here's another example of the weird incest. This Sim has romantic feelings towards their uncle. It's weird. It shouldn't happen. And this doesn't even seem like it would be something that's that difficult to stop. It just seems like maybe one little line of code, but what do I know? I am not a programmer once again, but this one just doesn't seem like it should be that difficult to fix. So on my Twitter today, I also asked my Twitter followers, what bugs do you think the Sims 4 team should fix first? What are the most annoying and game-breaking to you? Because I wanted to see if the responses I got from real Simmers out there in the world correspond with the new laundry list. So of course, my opinion, simulation lag should be number 1, but let's see what some of my followers had to say. Simulation lag should be their top priority. Simulation lag. And the FPS drops. So I've seen this mentioned a lot. Many people experience them even on high-end PCs. So yeah, just random FPS drops out of nowhere. Simulation lag. This comes up again and again and again and again. Pregnancy freezes aging. I think that is actually a design choice and not necessarily a bug, but I agree with you. I also dislike this. And romantic relationship with family members. Yeah, big problem. Simulation lag and my Sims just randomly deciding that they won't actually do what I asked them to. So another thing you might have experienced when you're playing The Sims 4 is you tell your Sim to go and do something. And then all of a sudden it just drops out of their queue and they decide they're not going to do that, or they go do something completely differently. What is up with that? Why is that? I mean, that's the core gameplay. Why is that allowed to stand? Why is that bug not a number 1, 2, or 3 top priority? Make AI more responsive. When Sims chat with each other, they constantly bob their head. Oh, I can't stand the head bobbing. That's so realistic. I know whenever I'm talking to my friends, I just sit there and go. And then I stare at them for 5 minutes, and then I utter one phrase, because that's normal behavior. Here's another mention of the baby skin glitch, sim lag and speed 3, time fluctuations. I mean, there's just so much simulation lag in here. It would just take me all day to read all of them. Bugs that are still showing up despite updates where they claim to have fixed them. This is a big problem I've noticed with The Sims 4. Even if you go on to the Answers HQ, EA Answers HQ, and I have gone on there and looked for specific bugs that I am experiencing, and they will say, oh, this is fixed in such and such patch. No, it wasn't. It is still happening in my game. So I hate how they say that things are fixed and they're not fixed. Then they close out the bug like, oh, it's over and done. No, it's still happening. Romantic relationships to form between adults and children should be top priority. I agree. So disgusting. Simulation lag, not eating leftovers, baking cakes all the time, garden plants. They did try to fix the Bust to Dust kit. I'm sure it still has issues. Simulation lag, simulation lag, simulation lag, simulation lag. I'm just really wanting to put this out there that it is a huge problem, and they just seem to, they have never addressed it, and they never seem to acknowledge that it's a problem whatsoever. Balancing the emotions and moodlets, because something to make a Sim sad gets immediately overridden when they walk into a nicely decorated house. Thank you, Melba. Thank you very much, Melba, the matchmaker. This is something I've been talking about for months, maybe even years. I've been talking about this. The emotional tuning, the tuning of the emotional buffs is so bad that it just basically renders all emotions completely useless and meaningless. Nothing seems to affect Sims. They're happy all the time. Or, you know, if you have a house with a vacuum cleaner in it, your Sims are constantly going to be inspired or whatever, no matter if their spouse just drops dead in front of them. So Sims feel so lifeless. They feel like even though they have these emotions that are supposed to be so great, they end up feeling like they have no feelings whatsoever because the tuning of the emotions is so bad. So there are a lot of bugs. And here, just one more thing about simulation lag, okay? I feel like I've said that word about 150 times in this video, but it needs to be said. It needs to be out there. You need to know about this. I want to say thank you to Simmatically, who I'm also going to follow now on Twitter. Thank you for following me. The simulation lag is awful. It should be on the top of the list. And they tweeted this out yesterday. The Sims 4 struggles with its simulation lag. It makes Sims just stand between different actions and animations. I measured how much in-game time you lose when you speed up the game to finish doing things faster. The answer is quite a bit. Check out the video. Cooking, eating, and cleaning in normal speed result of 53 sim minutes. Super speed, which is the third speed, 87 sim minutes. How is that? How is that? Okay. And I just want to thank you so much, Simmatically, for doing this little experiment and posting it on Twitter. Go follow Simmatically on Twitter, everybody. And thank them for doing this experiment. Normal speed, 53 sim minutes. Third speed 3, 87 sim minutes. So if you go on speed 3 trying to do things faster, it's actually going to take you even longer. What in the hell is that? What? Why? Why is this not top priority? Somebody explain that to me, why this is not top priority, or why they have never even addressed that this is an issue. So in my opinion, this laundry list is a joke. It is just another one of the Sims team's sad attempts to pretend like they care, to make it look like they're listening when really they aren't. Yeah, it's nice that they're fixing these bugs. I'm glad that they're fixing these bugs. I want all the bugs fixed. But the fact that they're focusing on things like play with dolls interaction and deep conversation falsely renamed, when we have things like simulation lag and toddlers having romance with their adult parents, Sims constantly cooking food instead of eating it, the stairway bug, bugs that have been in the game from packs from years ago. It just honestly boggles my mind. And yeah, I realize that they're probably working on other things that they haven't listed here. So, but then again, I question what's the point of the list if they're not going to tell us everything they are actually working on? And I know that some fixes take longer than others, but again, I would suggest stop putting out more buggy, broken content and fix what needs to be fixed before you put anything else out. And the amount of bugs is just insane. It's honestly hard to believe. So I would really like to hear from you guys on this topic. What do you think about these laundry lists? Are you happy? Do you think this is more transparency from the Sims team? Do you like this? Or like me, do you think this is a bit of a farce, a bit of a joke, a bit of a token gesture, again, to just make it look like they're listening when obviously they aren't? And also, I want to know, what do you think are the worst bugs right now? What do you think they should be working on? What do you think should be their top priority? Do you think it's simulation lag, or does that not affect you and there's something worse that's in your game? Leave a comment down below and let us know. I would love to hear what exactly you guys are experiencing and you think that they should really be working on, aside from this pathetic little list that they put out. My name is Cindy. I will see you guys with a new video very soon. Thank you so much for watching and listening.